There is a strange truth about human beings. Most people believe they are free to think, free to choose, free to live as they wish. But look closer. Many spend their entire lives controlled by invisible forces, not chains, not rulers, not laws, something far more subtle. The opinions of strangers, the fear of rejection, the need for approval, the desperate desire to be accepted. And because of this, many never truly belong to themselves. Think about it. How many decisions have you made because you genuinely wanted them? And how many because you feared what others might think? How many times have you remained silent when you wanted to speak? How many opportunities have you abandoned because someone might judge you? How many dreams have died before they ever had a chance to live? Not because they were impossible, but because approval was more important than freedom. Most people never notice the trade. It happens slowly. A little compromise, a little conformity, a little fear disguised as practicality, year after year, until one day, they wake up living a life designed by expectations they never chose. The world teaches you to care. Care what they think, care how you look, care how much you own, care whether strangers approve, care whether everyone agrees, care whether everyone likes you. And then it wonders why so many people feel trapped. Because every attachment creates a leash, and every leash gives something else the power to pull. The moment your peace depends on another person's approval, you become vulnerable. The moment your happiness depends on recognition, you become vulnerable. The moment your identity depends on how others see you, you become vulnerable. Because now your emotional state exists in someone else's hands. The strange thing is, most prisons are built from things people desperately want: status, attention, validation, comfort, certainty. None of these things are evil, but when they become necessary, they become dangerous. Because whatever you cannot live without eventually begins to own you. Nearly 2,000 years ago, a man understood this better than most. His name was Epictetus. He was not a king. He was not a conqueror. He was not wealthy. He was not powerful. He was born a slave, a man who, by every external measure, should have been unfree. Yet history remembers him as one of the freest minds who ever lived. Why? Because he discovered something extraordinary. Freedom is not the ability to control everything around you. Freedom is the ability to stop being controlled by it. While others obsessed over power, Epictetus asked a different question. What if the real problem is not what happens to you, but what you become attached to? What if suffering begins the moment you demand that reality obey your preferences? What if peace begins the moment you stop negotiating with things beyond your control? Most people spend years fighting reality, fighting the past, fighting opinions, fighting circumstances, fighting outcomes, and then wonder why they feel exhausted. Imagine trying to command the wind. Imagine arguing with the ocean. Imagine demanding that winter become summer. It sounds absurd, yet people do the same thing every day with life itself. Someone criticizes them, and they suffer. Someone rejects them, and they suffer. Someone misunderstands them, and they suffer. Not because these things happened, but because they believed these things should not have happened. The event hurts. The attachment multiplies the pain. There is a reason freedom frightens people. Because freedom requires sacrifice. Not the sacrifice of comfort, the sacrifice of illusion. The illusion that everyone will understand you. The illusion that everyone will support you. The illusion that life owes you fairness. The illusion that approval will finally make you whole. At some point, every person faces a choice: continue chasing acceptance, or become comfortable standing alone. Continue explaining yourself, or quietly walk your own path. Continue asking the world for permission, or finally grant it to yourself. The strongest people are not those who control others. They are those who no longer need to. The calmest people are not those who never face chaos. They are those who stop demanding certainty. The freest people are not those who possess everything. They are those who can lose everything and remain themselves. The wolf understands something many humans forget. The forest does not owe him a path. The storm does not owe him shelter. The mountain does not owe him mercy. Yet he walks anyway, without complaint, without negotiation, without needing the world to become different. The things that once controlled you only controlled you because you cared. And when that attachment disappears, something remarkable happens. The fear begins to fade. The anxiety begins to fade. The need to explain begins to fade. The need to impress begins to fade. And underneath all of it, you finally meet yourself. Not the version built for others, not the version seeking applause, not the version begging for acceptance, the real one, quiet, steady, unmoved, free. And the day you no longer care about what cannot be controlled is the day you become free. The quiet wolf. Observe carefully.